Hawkeye is shown as the film begins. He was spending time with his family on the other side, while the Avengers team was fighting Thanos. Now that Thanos has the 6 Infinity Stones, he finally snaps, and as a result, half of the world's population is removed. Clint's family was also removed from the group. He was his family's sole survivor. Clint Barton didn't understand where his family had gone at first. When he realizes the truth, he discovers that his family has been destroyed by Thanos. Here, he decides to put an end to all evil people in the universe. He leaves the Clint Barton getup. Now he was in a masked killer getup. The scene shifts to the Iron Man means Tony Stark and Nebula. They were moving from the Titan planet in their ship to go to the Earth. They have spent a total of 22 days in travel. After those 22 days, they have run short of all food items. Due to it, the condition of Tony Stark wasn't well. Nebula was a robot, so it didn't get affected by not getting the food or water. Tony Stark alone was facing all the difficulties. Tony Stark has lost courage completely. He sits on his chair for dying and waits for his death. Then, at the same time, a miracle happens. The Captain Marvel comes in front of him. As Carol notices their ship, she moves forward for helping them. She takes their ship to the Earth. Captain Marvel is also an important and powerful character. Then it is shown when Thanos snapped after getting the Infinity Stones, all were removing while getting changed into ashes. But Nick Fury has sent a message to Captain Marvel at that time. After getting the message, Captain Marvel arrives at the Earth. During this, she notices Tony Stark's ship there. She takes the spaceship to the Earth. After coming on the Earth, Carol gets all the information about Thanos. After knowing Thanos is so powerful, she gave an idea to all Avengers. Why don't we collect all the Infinity Stones and use them again coming to this timeline? With it, all the dead people will revive. We can also finish Thanos with it. They receive special information from their system. The rocket tells them when Thanos snapped, a wave that has never been seen before has spread throughout the universe. The same happened in a galaxy 2 days before. Maybe Thanos has again snapped? That's why we observed this wave again. Here, all the Avengers discover Thanos has again used his Infinity Stones. They track his signals due to his waves. They move to the planet where Thanos was. Thanos is shown here. He was looking tired and weak. Reaching there, they hold Thanos. They ask him, where are all the Infinity Stones? Thanos tells them, I have destroyed all the Infinity Stones after using them, so none will make this universe like before. While joining those stones, Thor comes in anger because of it. He ends Thanos with his hammer. He finishes Thanos there, because there were no Infinity Stones, so they all were hopeless. How will the dead people revive? They all were disappointed. They move on their ways. Thor starts spending his life in a new place. It was in Norway. Thor has completely lost his courage. Because they get defeated by Thanos and couldn't get the Infinity Stones. Thor has become lazy now and used to take different drugs. Due to it, he becomes fatty. On another side, Hulk has joined the Hulk Bruce Banner and his own body by working on them for some years. Due to it, he finally became Professor Hulk, in which there was the sharp mind of Bruce Banner along with Hulk's powers. On another side, it is shown Captain America has made a group. He teaches the survivors to focus on the future rather than the past. He often discusses how to make life better. Tony Stark means the Iron Man married Pepper Potts and have a daughter. Tony was spending a peaceful life with his family. He was cut off from the rest of the world. After it, 5 years passed. When Ant-Man went to take particles as a result of Thanos snapping, he stuck there. The lab in which he went was in a van, but there was a mouse. Due to it, the machine again starts. Ant-Man means the Scott Lang again returns to our world. The world in which he went was different from our world. Everything was different from our world in terms of dimension and time. Due to the difference in time, the 5 hours of that world were equal to the 5 years of this world. When Thanos has finished half of the population, this incident occurred 5 years ago. But in that world, only 5 hours passed. After spending the 5 hours of the world, when Scott Lang returns to his world, he notices everything was changed. His daughter was also 5 years younger. After discovering this situation, Scott moves to his friend means Avengers. He tells them that 5 years have passed since Thanos was snapped. But in the other world, only 5 hours have passed. Scott tells Captain Amaris, if we learn how to use PIM particles in the world, we can make all the accidents and mistakes fine while going back 5 years. Captain America agrees with him. Now, Ant-Man, Captain America, and Black Widow move to seek assistance from Tony Stark. Tony lives with his family at a hill station. They tell Tony about their plan. If we learn to use the world properly, we can make everything fine while going to the past. Tony Stark knows there is danger and risk in this task. His family will also be at risk if he will do this. That's why Tony Stark clearly refuses them to do this. From there, they depart, disappointed. Now because Tony has refused for helping them, so they go to Hulk. He was now Professor Hulk. Bruce Banner has a sharp mind, so he agrees for helping them. Now they start making a time machine. After experiments, they discover the time machine made by Hulk is not working properly. It is not taking us in the time where we have to go. Tony Stark is shown working in his house on the time machine with Jarvis. Suddenly, his codes get activated. Due to it, finally, a time machine was made. Tony Stark now have to change his decisions. At first, he was thinking he can't put his family in danger. He will save his family, but his wife Pepper Potts makes him understand, you can't put the whole universe in danger for us, don't worry for us, but do try to save the whole world. This will be good luck for us or a gift. Tony obeys his wife. He starts working on the time machine. Then he reaches Captain America. He takes a shield made of vibranium for him. After it, Natasha moves to Tokyo to bring Clint Barton back. She makes him understand, to end people while being a masked killer will not satisfy you. You will be satisfied while seeing your family in front of you. We will help you with this. After it, Rocket and Hulk reach Norway where Thor was. Thor seems like he is useless now, because he was so fatty and lazy as well. Now he has no connections with these fights. They make him understand if the machine will work, then you can take your revenge on Thanos. With it, we can also revive the people who were dead in the universe. Thor agrees and joins them. The testing of the time machine starts. The Avengers are divided into groups and sent to different timelines. Then it is shown, Tony Stark, Ant-Man, Captain America, and Hulk arrive in 2012's time. The war was going on in New York. According to the 2012's timeline, there were 3 Infinity Stones were present. There was a Time Stone, a Space Stone, and a Mind Stone. The Mind Stone is the one which is given by Thanos to Loki. Tony and Ant-Man go to the Avengers Tower to bring the Space Stone. But there was a problem going there. Hulk comes and ruins their task. They leave the Space Stone and Loki takes the Space Stone. On another side, Captain America faces the next Captain America. They fight for some time, but finally, the latest Captain America takes the Mind Stone from there. After it, Hulk goes to bring the Time Stone. But Guru Ma, not Doctor Strange, has the Time Stone. Hulk asks for the Time Stone from Guru Ma. If I give you the Time Stone, many timelines will be created in the universe, says Guru Ma. Due to this, our timeline will be ruined. I can't let this happen. Here, Hulk tries to make Guru Ma understand, there will be massive incidents in the future, that's why I need this Time Stone. But still, Guru Ma doesn't obey him. Bruce Banner says to her, Thanos' master plan will be revealed if Doctor Strange has given him the Time Stone. Guru Ma agrees on it. She finally gives Hulk the Time Stone. Captain America and Hulk get the Time and Mind Stone, but Tony Stark and Ant-Man still didn't find the Space Stone. Captain America and Tony Stark decide they will go to the past, they will try to get the Space Stone. Later, they reach the 1970s timeline. Tony Stark's father is shown here. Tony was happy after meeting his father. With it, he also successfully get the Space Stone from there. Captain America was also there, so he finds the Pym particles also. After getting the Pym particles, they reach their real timeline. Thor and Rocket reach 2013's timeline. They have to get the Reality Stone that was in Jane Foster's body. They go to Jane Foster's location. Thor meets his mother and tries to make her understand everything. Thor's mother was a magician. She has understood all the difficulties of Thor. That's why she tries to make Thor understand. No need to be worried, everything will be fine. At the same time, Thor brings his hand forward. Now he has his hammer. Rocket was also successful to get the Reality Stone from Jane Foster's body. So they return to their timeline. After it, Clint Barton and Black Widow are shown. They come to the 2014's timeline. They come here to get the Soul Stone. They meet the Red Skull. He informs them this stone requires a soul in exchange for a Soul Stone. If you want to get the Soul Stone, you have to sacrifice a soul. They understand if they will not sacrifice a soul among them, they can't get the Soul Stone. They were ready to sacrifice one's life in order to save each other. They fight a lot, but Natasha sacrifices herself for the Soul Stone. Clint Barton finally gets the Soul Stone. He also comes to his real timeline. The action then switches to Nebula and James Rhodes. They move to the 2014's timeline on the Titan planet. Peter Quill was already there. Later, they all go to get the Power Stone. Reaching the place, they were about to get the Power Stone after making Peter Quill faint, but then Nebula sees visions due to the old Nebula. Due to it, her transmitter gets damaged, she gets faint. Thanos' team comes and makes Nebula a prisoner. Nebula was a humanoid, half human and half android. He reaps the benefits of her and scans her memory. With it, Thanos, who is in 2014, discovers all the events that will happen in 2018. He also comes to know he has got all the Infinity Stones finally. He has also removed half of the population of the universe. As a result, his motivation grows stronger. Thanos also takes Pym particles from Nebula. After making her in the upgraded version with his whole team, he comes to the Earth in 2023's dimension. After it, Avengers place all the Infinity Stones in a new gold armor. Now it was the turn that who will use this gold armor. All the population that was removed from the Earth will return. Firstly, Thor comes forward. Hulk says there are gamma waves in it. your condition will get worse after using it, so why don't I use it? Because I am also made by the gamma waves. After it, Hulk snapped after wearing the gold armor. Hulk's condition gets worse here. Even Thanos used the gold armor after obtaining all of the Infinity Stones. He didn't get affected because Thanos was more powerful than Hulk. It was the reason that Hulk's condition gets worse. The population that was removed from the universe was returning. All Avengers were happy because of it. Their joy, however, did not last long. Till then, Thanos also reaches real time in 2023 with his team. He blasts their location with a bomb. There was a massive explosion due to it. Everything was ruined there. Thanos was also in anger. This time, he thinks to end all the population after getting Infinity Stones. After it, he will make a new universe where everyone will consider Thanos their god. They will worship him and give him importance. The amazing fight of this movie begins here. Great scenes are shown here. Thanos' team and our Avengers compete by putting themselves in front of each other. Barton runs while taking the gold armor. It is shown that Captain America takes the hammer. He begins to fight with Thanos. Here I discover a great fight between Captain America and Thanos. In the presence of Thanos, it is difficult to resist. Thanos was the most powerful among them. Thanos' team was dominant on Avengers. All heroes were on the verge of being defeated. At that time, the Avengers who fight 5 years before also come to help them. Firstly, the Black Panther team comes in front. Secondly, Worm's team appears, and after it, all the Avengers again come together and fight against Thanos. Here, it is shown Doctor Strange points to Iron Man. It was the last prediction I chose from a pool of millions. If we will become successful at this moment, we will end Thanos. Otherwise, we will not get a second chance. We have this last chance and we have to do something about it. Iron Man steals all the Infinity Stones and wears them in his gold armor. Then he says, "I am Iron Man." He also snapped after saying this. Thanos and his team turn into ashes and disappear from there. Only the real-time heroes and the real-time population were left. Iron Man was also injured badly. The film then cuts to a sad scene in which Iron Man comes to an end. After it, the funeral of Tony Stark is shown. All Avengers were there. After it, Thor moves with Peter Quill and the Guardians of the Galaxy. Avengers have decided after completing their work they will place each stone in its place. Captain America moves forward for this. Captain America takes the hammer and 6 Infinity Stones and places them at their place with the help of Time Machine. Now, because Captain America has spent 70 years on the ice, he didn't live his life properly. So he spends his time reminiscing while traveling to the 1945 timeline with his friends. When it was his last time, he comes to the real time in 2023's dimension and gives his special shield to his friend Falcon and says, "You are now Captain America here." This is where the film ends. If you enjoy our video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your time.